Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed.
All right, check one, check two. This is it. Welcome to the Cannabis Coffee Hour with your host, me, Rob Cantrell, coming to you live deep inside Prospect Park. I am literally sitting on a tree stump. I just saw two, what were those? They weren't squirrels. They were the little guys, chipmunks. Chipmunks run around. I'm in this part of the park where it's all like chopped up tree stumps. And I was looking for a good place to tape today. And this is what I came across. It's a nice day. I just wanted to get outside, everybody. I've been working on this music project. Welcome to the Cannabis Coffee Hour. I didn't do the whole intro. I'm already yapping and snapping. Welcome to the Cannabis Coffee Hour with your host, me, Rob Cantrell. Did I say that twice? I'm just excited, and I get nervous here in the park. I'm streaming here. I'm in nature. This is probably the best. Look at those trees, brah. Check out. I got this whole park to myself. Just me and the birds tweeting here. I got a nice packed one hitter. This is from Marley Naturals. I enjoy my one hitter. It has a nice wooden back and wooden mouthpiece and glass bowl. It's a little tricky to clean because it has a chamber here that just fills up with fucking dank ass resin, and then you got to clean it out. But I've been good about cleaning it out. I thought I might have corona the other day, but it just turned out I did take a test, no corona. It was just me huffing a lot of weed. Yeah, I got a lot to talk about, but I got a little bit of bowl. I got a nice ground up. This is actually lemon skunk. I love lemon haze, but this is a lemon skunk, and it's a sativa. It's a hybrid, but I read about it. It's more of a sativa. But then I grabbed this California beverage. This is called DayTrip. It's a hemp infused sparkling water, 5 calories. Okay. 10 milligrams of hemp extract. Okay. Water. We got water. We got hemp extract. Natural flavors. We like that. It's made in California. I just grabbed it. You can take a look at this. Booyah. It's pretty good. Cool can. It's a cherry seltzer that's hemp flavored. We're out here in nature listening to birds. I got a nice bowl. I'm drinking a DayTrip hemp infused sparkling water. And I'm literally, this is a chair made out of a tree stump. But I think lots and lots of, hopefully when you go to the park to smoke pot, you're pretty much dodging kids and homeless people. And then everybody else is smoking pot or playing drums or writing or trying to telecommute. This is a new area of the park. That's why not many people are over here, because they just rebuilt all this stuff. And down over here is like this weird marsh that must have been there since the 1800s. But there was people with their laptops opening up and writing poems and scripts and doing work. It's a new world, everybody. We're podcasting. I'm really excited about the Cannabis Coffee Hour. Like, the numbers are, we got over like 20,000 downloads. And, we've been up to, this is maybe 146 episodes. So every day people are downloading it and smoking out to it. And I'm going to fire up a bowl of this great, well-ground, au naturel. I got some other, New York really needs to get the dispensaries rolling, because I got some bunk-ass weed that I threw away. I never throw away weed, and I threw this weed away. I'll tell you the whole story about it, but let me have a bowl. I've been running around the park trying to find, this seems like the most natural. Check this place out. This is like my own amphitheater. All these people are building studios and shit. I got this whole park. Boo to the yeah. I got a great mic. I got a wooden seat. Look at this wooden seat. I'm literally a throne, a nature woodman, smoking au natural grass, drinking hemp, cherry-flavored hemp soda, taping my podcast on a phone. But the video is so good, and the podcast has made me learn how to edit. I edit everything. I record everything. There's no super team. And I like it that way. Right now I do. It's starting to get a little tedious, and as you know, I'm not the most dope dude online, like my internet skills, IG and all that shit. Like, I've never been, here's some hikers back here. I've never been good with any of that stuff. I never wanted to be good with any of that stuff. But as we move forward, I do like doing the podcast. So like and subscribe. And I love this DayTrip. Look at that. Cherry Seltzer. I'm on a wooden throne. You see chipmunks and hikers behind me. And I'm enjoying this cherry-fused seltzer. Seltzer's been taking over the world. Weed and seltzer and coffee have been taking over the world. And I told everybody about it in 2003, and everybody's like, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm rambling a bit. But I'm having a blast figuring everything out. I'm heading to Roanoke. Check out the Roanoke Comedy Festival. I'm doing a whole hour. I've been doing shows all around Brooklyn. And my set has been on par. Definitely making people laugh, and it's goofball style. People are ready for the goofball. And I got good goofball material. I've been looking over my material, and I'm like, oh, I'm ready, almost ready for a new hour. I mean, I could. I've never recorded a videotaped an hour, but I'm planning on doing it soon. I was just watching some people here, but I'll try not to watch them. I'll try to concentrate, because we're doing a podcast, man. But you always got to look over your shoulder in Brooklyn. It would be, no, I don't want to jinx myself. But this is amazing. I'm just in this park. I got this hemp soda water. I need to knock out a podcast. I'm going to start interviewing people. I want to do this at coffee shops. I want to do this outside. I know how to edit the stuff. I know how to present it. Slowly but surely, we're getting better. I know there's been ones that are better than others. But this one, I'm feeling good. The birds are talking to me. The trees are talking to me. The breeze, it's not hot, it's sweatshirt weather. We're going into fall, everybody. Don't get that pumpkin latte too fast. But it's already happening here on the East Coast. The leaves haven't been changing, but it's been getting colder. People are watching football. It bummed me out. I looked at my boots, my winter boots. I was like, oh shit. I remember when those were essential. The seasons have gotten so drastic these days that it's like, whenever I'm in winter, I'm like, oh man, I don't even remember what summer looks like. And this summer has been so long and so good. There's somebody with a U-Haul just driving right, because I guess there's like a main road here. New York is opening up. I had to move my car today, and like literally there's every construction worker in town was on job today. Like everybody was working, and all the buses were going, and every construction crew was just blocking everything. I had to move my car at 9, so it was prime time, just fuck up. And I meditated like 20 minutes so good right before. I was so zen, so in anger. And then all of a sudden, I was trying to find parking for like over an hour, and I was screaming, fuck, and all that shit, raging out. I had to take a piss. I pulled over and had to pee on the side of the road, hoping I wasn't gonna get arrested. There just should be a law like people over a certain age should be allowed to pee on the street. Like you get like 2 or 3 passes. It's starting to get that way. Like as much as people are saying like, oh, it's so wild out there, man. because there is people smoking weed everywhere. And like I bought some at a bodega just recently, and it was awful, and I threw it away. I got wigged out that it was fentanyl in it, and I'm not sure if I was tripping or if I was tripping. But I was still like, I don't know, it just didn't feel right, it didn't taste right. And you gotta go with what you feel. Like, find this spot. Nobody's really bothered us yet. I know Mercury's in retrograde, so I'm just really, I don't know if you guys care or know what that means, but I just know that sometimes things jam up easier than others. And it seems like the last few days, I think, as everybody's opening up, people's awareness, man, my awareness on my own ride, my own journey, my own finding out about myself. The pandemic definitely made me really search within myself. And lately, I've just been super kind to myself and been like, dude, you're doing great. And I am. And that is a great place to build from, you know? Like, because all you have is this moment, this day. And the more you, like, trudge into the future or worry about the future or the past, you can't handle what's going on right this moment. Right this moment, it's pretty fucking chill here in the woods. I'm having a great day trip. California beverages. It's got great packaging. Good packaging. I'll tell you that. Packaging, font, I'm a big fan of all those. But sometimes shit gets cheesy and overplayed. That's how art is. That's how, like, lettering, graffiti, all of it. A big ache. Man, I see why there's literally chipmunks everywhere, man. I think David Cross is going to jump out of the woods here because it literally is the movie Chipmunks all over. But I see why, because those nuts, they're dropping from the tree. It's crazy. Nature just keeps on moving. The seasons keep on changing. California's dope, and I love being out there, but you never know what year or time it is because it's always like the same weather. Like, this is almost like good. It's not always the same weather. It's just different. The seasons are so drastic, it just grabs you by the lapel and shakes you around like, motherfucker, you better have some winter boots ready. If you don't even know, get your sweatshirts, get your long johns. Not yet. Not yet. I've been, because right now it's like when, man, we've been really good in New York with just a great summer, just a long summer days. And beautiful days, beautiful, weird weekdays. And that's what's great about being a comedian, a stand-up. I can run around and enjoy the shit, you know? Get a hemp-fused water, go to the park, do a podcast, smoke a couple one-hitters, freak out, get chased out by a Loch Ness park monster. But it feels much better being here than inside. I've just been inside too much, man. The thing about all this editing and making beats, I've just been making songs. I got this music project. It's just about to come out. Everybody, you can download what I got. You can stream it, what I got. I released a Sublime cover. Check it out. I made the beat. I played guitar, I rapped the verses, I recorded all the joints, and then I also videoed everything. I shot the video, I edited the video. It's on my YouTube. Rob Cantrell 77, I believe, is my YouTube. But there is the Cannabiscoffeehour YouTube. You can listen to this podcast. There is a YouTube of just audio videos that is connected to my YouTube as well, so you can check that all out. But I'm proud of the video. It came out slick, dope. Shout out, the artist Dima Durchin, my man Dima Durchin. I know I'm mispronouncing. I get baked and then I can't pronounce stuff. But Dima, thank you, Dima. Shout out Dima and his awesome art. I didn't ask him for art because he would have been a lot more expensive. I asked him to help me shoot. And I know he's great with cameras, and we haven't hung out, so we got food and hung out, and we went out to Rockaway Beach and had Shawnee Slices, and I shot this video. And I wasn't sure how I was going to shoot some other locations, but the thing about the video that like it's all outside, so all the light is going to match when editing. It was the first time I did like into Final Cut Pro and did it all, and it just felt good just to complete it all. But shout out Dima, thank you so much for just shooting it. And that was a fun day. And I just, and then putting it all in there and editing it just worked out great. But I am enjoying this DayTrip Hemp infused sparkling water. Just everybody, the bubbles, like the thing about Seltzer is all you need is these bubbles. And the bubbles will save you, right? Like right now I was wigging out a little bit. Sometimes when I do the podcast and I hit the one hitter a couple of times and then I'm outside. And so there's a lot of shit going on. So you do have to zen it out a little bit. And, but I am enjoying it and figuring it out and being outside and talking to you and staying focused on enjoying this DayTrip hemp infused sparkling water. Like, I think I was a little high and this brought me down. That's what I like about CBD drinks. Like if you ever get too high, one trick is black pepper, and then the other trick is CBD sparkling water. And then the other thing is just walking around. Maybe we'll walk around a little bit. Maybe that's what it is. Lately I've been feeling like I gotta get up and out. Maybe it's the herb I'm smoking, but maybe it's just the pandemic after so long. But I like getting up and out, but not super with people. Like, I went and did a show and it was just, there was too many people inside unmasked, and I'm vaccinated and everything, but I turned it down. But it was mostly comics, like the crowd wasn't that good. But it was just one of those spots that you do in Brooklyn. Like sometimes they're good and sometimes they're not. This one ended up being all right. But I didn't go up. I made a decision. I thought the germs were a little heavy. So I was like, I'm gonna bring it on home and drink some vitamin C. I drink Emergency every night along with vitamin E and vitamin D. Ever since the pandemic, I threw D in there. But some vitamin E, and I hook it up with some COC10, which is it helps your heart. And but health-wise, I've been doing my stretches every morning. I've been doing my 5 Tibetan stretches, which has been helping me out. But then I've also been adding, after I do my 5 Tibetan rites, then I meditate for 20 minutes, and then I've been doing 20 deep knee bends, which has been good and bad. You know, my knees are just getting funky, so I just do like 20 deep knee bends after I meditate, and I'm good to go. But lately I've been just feeling like to get up and out has just been the way to figure, you know, the pandemic. It's a trip being in the park. People are walking by and, you know, it's just like, you gotta stay focused. But it's easier in nature. And the breeze, there's nothing like a good breeze. The breeze is good, and it's not hot, and it hasn't gotten too cold yet. So like everybody's out. Everybody's doing shit in New York. And it feels good to be out, but I'm still not 100% comfortable. My anxiety pops up, shit gets weird, you know. Like the other day, I went to go buy my girl some wine at this wine store, And I went in there, and I will say the mask dries out my throat. My throat got all dry. I went in there, and I didn't have any water. You ever gotten cotton mouth? And I got it's simple as it is. I got cotton mouth with my mask on in a store, and I didn't have any water, and I was trying to buy something and get back home, and it just called me. I started tearing up. But I didn't let anybody know. I was just like, oh, damn, I'm just dry as a bone. And then I ran outside, and there was an ice cream spot, and they had bottled water. But at least their bottled water was $1. The thing about this hemp water, it was actually, I feel dumb even saying this. This was $5. It was over $5. It was like 5 something. But it's almost worth it. I do like having a little bit of CBD, because that's some really good cannabis I was just smoking on. So I was like getting a little too high there for a minute. So having a little bit of a CBD drink can mellow that whole, like, I've been smoking too much. And I've been drinking a lot of coffee. I've been waking up extra early, like at 5:30, and drinking coffee and coloring. That's what I've been doing. That's been my new vibe, just to start the day. I hate getting on the devices like first thing in the morning. I gotta do some coloring, gotta do some meditating, gotta do some cleaning. Anytime I'm doing like the dishes or anything, I get into it. And how I get into it is that I know I'm serving others. Like, I'm helping out the family, I'm helping. And I really do think that's when the universe starts to open up, is when you start helping people. I do figure that, but you can't be dumb about it, and you can't be a sucker about it. You just got to be, we are here to, help everybody. And you guys help me by listening and watching, and thank you for supporting the Patreon. If you got some extra bucks, check out the Patreon. We're going to be doing special episodes, more episodes in the park. I'm going to be hanging in the trees, walking around New York, Brooklyn, Austin, Detroit, Portland, San Francisco, Vancouver, International. That's the vision. And lately, we have been getting there. I mean, we've had great guests. I'm proud. I'm trying not to say I'm proud. I'm trying to live so in the moment that those type of ego trips aren't a part of the pull. You know what I mean? But I do dig the podcast, and I do dig that we've had Bill Burr on. I do dig that we had Mike Doty on, Joe Firestone on. We've had so many great guests. Danny Danko, people from the cannabis community, and people from the music industry. Neil Fallon from Clutch. I mean, the king of stoner rock. Or I don't know if you call. He doesn't. They don't. People don't like labels. But that's a big band. That interview, I was like, oh shit, this is for real. And then Mike Doty from Soul Coughing. Like, I used to pump Soul Coughing. I took mad bong hits to that dude's music, and then to be able to do a podcast with him was just dope. What's dope is this DayTrip Hemp infused water. I mean, it was expensive, but I have to say, it just went with the scenery and the vibe here, and I enjoy it. But, so I went to this kind of head shop, bodega, and I was without any herb, and I knew they sold the herb, but it was awful herb. And so I went in there. I didn't buy that much. He sold it to me too easily and at too cheap of a price. And it was just so bootleg. And the stuff, I don't know if it was just like, I would say it was a super, maybe sativa, just like a really heady, weird chest, like I don't know, it just didn't feel like I was high. It just felt like I was sick and I wanted to lay down. It didn't feel like pot. It smelled like it, but I don't know, it was just sketch. And I threw it away. And I even walked by the dude and I was like, dude, I threw that shit away. I felt bad afterwards. I shouldn't have said that to him. But I wanted him to get the au naturel. It just seemed really sketch. Like, I don't know if it had fentanyl or whatever, but it just felt really sketch. That's why I think it's so important for legalization to take hold and get dispensaries here in New York. I mean, in Brooklyn, so many people smoke pot in Brooklyn. It's ridiculous, you know. I know it's already open and there's open air markets and it's not even illegal anymore. But it's like during Corona, I'm not really going out mad meeting people and shit. You know, I'm hanging with my family, my close circle of friends. I haven't seen my extended family enough. And then I've been doing shows, but if I do shows, definitely haven't been hanging. And most of the time I'll kick it outside or at least away from the rest of the other comics. Just because I just don't want to take a big fat viral load of Super Delta. Or it's almost, I mean, hopefully we'll burn through this soon. And I'm taking my vitamins. And I took a test last night, so I feel comfortable. It's just that I have been smoking a lot and running around a lot. And I think I've been feeling a little worn down. Like I think I need to rest and walk. Those are the two things I'm looking forward to doing, to rest and walk. To walk around, and also, you know, I think I'm due for a big fat nap here soon. That's not something you want to announce on the podcast. But this squirrel's checking out the show. He just ran off. I am having fun here. I got the Roanoke Festival coming up. Check that out. And then I'm also doing the Egremont Barn. But that's what I was thinking about when I threw that pot away. I was just like, man. But I also had empathy for all the people that have died through street drugs and people, junkied out and stuff like that. So in a way, I kind of have empathy and I understand those people's situation by just being a pot, smoker for so long. Not that it's anything like that or anything, but in terms of the black market and stuff like that, like cannabis should be they should have dispensaries and everything around here. Sorry, I'm looking over my shoulder. I'm in this little wooden chair. The whole scene has been really surreal. I just kind of rolled up here, and I'm trying to do stuff that I'm scared of doing, like that kind of vibe, or taking risks, but cool risks. And I thought this is a cool risk, just to be outside and away from everybody, but also not just sitting on the park bench. I was going to just do the classic sitting on the park bench, but as you see, I'm literally sitting on a tree stump, funking out. Listen to the birds having acorns dropping on my head, firing up one-hitters, drinking CBD Seltzer, cherry soda Seltzer. But yeah, meditation has been getting really good. I like doing the 20 minutes. Even now, I could tell when I start to wig out, I don't want to do this or this negative mind. I could tell now that's right when the 20-minute mark's about to let go, and all I need to do is hang on just a little bit more, and then I'm all done. And that's what's been happening, so that's been cool. Breathing through my nose, just working on my posture. The cool thing about doing all those exercises, I did go to the pull-up bar on Sunday, and I just ripped 3, no cheat pull-ups, just solid. I did 3 sets of 5 solid pull-ups without even any training. So that's been like, that's what these 5 Tibetan rites has been like, keeping my strength. Like, I'm not ripped or anything. It just kind of keeps you toned and ready to rock and roll if you have to, like walk up a big hill or move an armoire, because that's what usually happens. Trying to walk more centered, like really being centered when I'm walking, or like, because people are doing mindless stuff, and I smoke a lot of pot, so I don't want to fall or just get into some weird trip thing. So lately I've been trying to really center myself and go, okay, what am I doing? That's what I'm doing right now, and I can't get this top of this weed device open. No, there it is. No, I just got some. It was from a dispensary, and it's got a cool bottle, so I still use it for travel along. Check it out. I've been listening to definitely a lot more Bob Marley and Wiz Khalifa and Barrington Levy. Is it Barrington Levy? That might be a comedian. No, Barrington Levy is this reggae cat. Been listening to him. I've been listening to some Bob Marley, like some deeper cuts, and then I've been listening on Spotify. They have a good spa channel. Like right when I'm doing my stretching, Spotify has this cool spa channel. So I do that, and I put that on like my Bluetooth speaker. And then I do have some good incense. So I've been burning some incense, doing some stretching, listening to spa music on my Bluetooth joint. Doing podcasts in the woods, listening to the birds. It's hard not to smile when you're outside. It's not buggy at all. The thing is, it's weird to be here. It's not hot. The weather's is awesome, but not like hot. And there's no bugs. Got lots of planes. Like I said, I think everybody and their mother's working today. Like, everybody's running around doing shit. So check out my video, What I Got, the Sublime cover. You can check it out on my YouTube. It's on my link at Rob88 Cantrell is my Instagram. And then sign up to the Patreon, Rob Cantrell Coffee. We're gonna get merch rolling. I got great art, and I'm figuring out how to do it. If I do merch, I want to do it really simple and sweet and not cheesy, and stuff I would actually wear and use. There's so much wildlife in these parks. Like, there's a whole lake over there, and then part of this lake, it's all turtles. You've never seen so many turtles. And then big ass fish, but it's catch and release, and you do need a license, but I'm gonna do that for an episode, definitely one time. Yeah, I've been listening to a couple Wiz Khalifa songs. His production is good. He just cranks out music. I did 2 songs just now. I got another new joint. I got a whole album coming out. So that's why I've been really I've been chopping up the podcast, working on the music album, and then performing stand-up. And then I have a family, and I have a life as well. It's not, I try to find balance with it all, Because the minute I get too obsessed with anything, it just lends itself to stress. I've been really working on letting go. And I do think all that stuff is ego. Any type of fame or control or fantasizing for some type of weird future Like, you just need to set your goals. There's a dope-ass bluebird just flew by. You just need to set your goals and then just inch toward that, and at your own pace, in your own style, in your own way. That's what I've been doing. I have been digging the bird scene here. I could definitely, the older I get, I'll definitely get some fucking fat binoculars. I'll bird watch. I already got a couple birdhouses out there. Like, I fill up some birdhouses. I got to feed the birds out there. Birdhouses are dope. I've been thinking about getting into woodworking. I'm sitting in this thing, it's just carved into it. I've been thinking about, like, because I have been zenning out to, like, working with what I got. Like, whatever you got, what I got. What I got is the music video you can check out. But what did I do? I just shot it myself. I edited it myself. I had a camera. I knew where Rockaway Beach was. I had an urge to do that song. So you work with what you got. And I do think that's what reality is. Like, we are given whatever we got, and we just work with it. Because the reality is the nothing side of the coin. Like, I just looking at all this life over there in this woods. There was all these chipmunks chasing each other over in the grass over here. But life is just, I mean, wild and going on and on and on. But there is nothing, because you can't have something without nothing. And so everything is nothing. It's kind of the gig. And so you're working with the nothing. And that's how you can make miracles happen, I think, is like when you're I don't know if it's miracles, but that's when you can make shit happen, is when you're working with the nothing. Like woodwork. I've been thinking about this dope bench, like, and there haven't been a bench, but then I make it, and now there's a bench. I've been thinking about making a wooden bench. That type of, what is that, tactile? Like anything that you could feel. I think that type of stuff is going to be longed for in the future, because I got a nice MacBook Air and then connected to a fat monitor. Like, that's ridiculous. It feels like a supercomputer, and I got a hard drive. I'm like, I'm cutting shit up with Final Cut Pro. Like, that's like back in the 70s, that's like a Hollywood studio. And now everybody has that. It's going to be a wild ride. How people are processing all the media, how it's being marketed, how people are living from it. It's a wild, interesting time, but it's not as interesting as this tree stump over here. Look at this Oh my God, I shouldn't be shooting that thing. My dumb ass just talking and talking. This is like, they look like old dinosaur bones. They're so big and so many roots. But I want to say thank you to everybody that's been tuning into this podcast and this Patreon. Uh-oh. Let's see if I can get the camera right again. I might have to edit some of this shit up. I'm all over the place. But, I'm all about the roots. That's what I was thinking about. Looking at these people, looking at this chopped down tree. But I'm all about, people that started listening to this podcast way back in the day and have listened to me ramble on. But it's coming. We're going to do some fun ones at coffee shops. I want to take it to Amsterdam. Get at me. Contact at robcantrell.com is my email. I want to talk to dispensaries, venues, production houses, sponsorship, collabs. I'm down. Get at me. If it's real, then it's really real. Wu-Tang forever. Everybody's on the Wu-Tang Hulu joint. People love it. I saw the first couple episodes. It's awesome. I just haven't had time to go mob deep into it, but I will. I saw the documentary. It's hard to top that documentary. It was so good. So it's kind of weird to get used to actors and stuff, but I do like that stuff. So I'll check it out. Shout out to Wu-Tang in the Hulu Hulu television show, second series. Last night there was this dog just barking forever. It wouldn't shut the fuck up. I don't know what happened. Eventually I fell asleep. All right, everybody. That's it. I love you. Peace. One love. I'll check you out later. Thanks for listening.
Trapaholics Mixtapes. Trapaholics Mixtapes.